Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
We are all aware of need for human values in society, in our education. Whenever we see any big document, whether it is our own Constitution of India, the very preamble talks about justice, fraternity, equality, liberty. When we see the reports of all the education committees, education commissions, education reports, not even after 1947, but even much before that, start such committees becoming from 1882 till our own national education policy, which was announced in 2020. In all these documents, we very well see the need for value education in our schools, in our colleges. That is the reason in higher education we have good documents by UGC, Prabha, we have a document by AICTE also, universal human values, not only in our own country, but when UNO talks about sustainable goals, sustainable development goals, SDGs, there also we find they are talking about values. And the latest, we see that Honorable Supreme Court, just on 24th of March, they emphasized urgent need to address students' mental health concerns and mandated a national task force to be formed. So need for value education is now not a debatable point. Everyone knows about it. In our national education policy, the very first page, first para and first line is that education is fundamental for achieving full human potential, developing an equitable and just society, and promoting national development. Now these three expectations from education are the very first line of our national education policy document. Now, as educationists, as teachers, vice chancellors, we need to just see what are the meanings of these words in the first line itself. When we say full human potential, that means that every individual level or every human being with the full development at the level of consciousness, the feeling of happiness and the feeling of prosperity in the continuity itself, not kabhi khushi kabhi gam nahi. It is the continuous happiness and prosperity is the aspiration for every individual in the society. And at the level of society, when NEP expects that our education should move towards equitable and just society, that means at the level of individual, right understanding, right feeling for every individual, and capability to keep his or her health, that capability should also be there in every individual if we need to have equitable and just society. And there must be capability in every family to have a feeling of prosperity. Every family should be able to earn their own resources for their own requirements. They need to understand about their requirements, their needs, and the ways and means which are eco-friendly, people-friendly means. And at the level of society, it is expected that there must be a feeling of fearlessness, the feeling of trust in the whole society, whether you are in your family or you are outside in the market. And with the nature, there must be a feeling of coexistence to live in mutual fulfillment. So that only leads towards equitable and just society. And the third point which is expected by national education policy is that our education should promote national development, the Viksit Bharat which we talk today. And at the level of nation, when in Bharat we see as a developed nation ourselves, that means we are a nation which has harmony within the nation. And not only we are in harmony within the nation, but we are complementary to other nations to have that harmony within themselves. So that is the concept of developed nation in our own country. So we are to see how to fulfill these three aspirations of national education policy. Here, when we talk in this effort of holistic value-based education, we find that there are three basic components for this. The first one is education on universal human values, which are founded on a holistic and humane world vision and understanding harmony, the harmony which is underlying harmony in the nature itself. So this component is universal human values, and when we see it in our own Indian knowledge systems, in our own country, in our own tradition, we can reinforce all these issues with so many examples, and we have great people in our society. We have those who have lived on the basis of those values, living in harmony. So these examples can be found in our own society, courses, examples, case studies in our own region, in our own states, and these things can be taught very well in our own national languages in different states, and then accordingly we can learn about the skills which are there in our own Indian knowledge system. The third component comes learning skills for living with values. First learning values, then learning skills to live with those values, skills for living in harmony and their practices. Then only when we know about the values, we know about our own systems, then we can learn about the nature-friendly skills and the people-friendly skills. So these three components can be taught in our universities and our schools. It's more desirable if we do it in our own home language, in our mother tongue. Local languages, regional languages are to be promoted. It's desirable. When I was in Punjab, Vice Chancellor, we translated this book, this textbook in Punjabi itself. The similar efforts are being now done in the different states in the country. Today, this crucial missing link of first step, that talking about and learning about, knowing about those universal human values, it is being fulfilled by AICTE's effort for this course, 3-credit course on universal human values. Now the details are very well mentioned in Universal Human Values document of AICTE. We'll be releasing the 3rd edition of this book today also. The outcome of this effort, the outcome which is expected from holistic values for holistic value-based education, these are common graduate attributes. The first one is a holistic vision of life, understanding the broader purpose and goals of human life, social responsibility, acting in ways that benefit society, environmental responsibility, engaging in work that respects and protects nature, ethical human conduct, making moral and ethical decisions, health and hygiene awareness, maintaining well-being and cleanliness, respect for excellence and gratitude, recognizing the value of merit and have a feeling of gratitude. Now these 6 attributes are common for all graduates, whether they are from technical education or commerce or legal or medical or agriculture. This is to be understood by all the head of the institutions like us, that we have to orient our curriculum towards this direction where all these common graduate attributes are taken care by. Now this whole effort is in continuation with our own tradition. All great people in the world, they have tried to realize the truth and then to live by it through love and compassion. इसको अपने यहाँ पर सत्य कहा. To understand this harmony and to understand human role in harmony, to live with human values, जिसको अपने यहाँ पर धर्म कहा गया, and to live in harmony, और उस धर्म के आधार के ऊपर जीना, जो करुणा और न्याय के आधार के ऊपर जीना. For all such great people, we have a deep feeling of gratitude. The universal human values effort is in a continuation of that tradition. India has made efforts to live by these universal human values for thousands of years. Therefore, the Indian knowledge system and traditions are a rich repository of all these efforts. When we talk to the students in this course, we talk to it's a systematic study of harmony from individual to family to society and nature and existence. The questions which students discuss with their teachers: who am I? What is my purpose? What is my role? What is my value with myself? What is my role or what is my value with my body? What is my role? What is my value in family? What is my role in the society? What is my role or value in nature and existence? And the answer is not dictated by the teacher. Answer is not preached by the teacher, but the student is encouraged to explore it within themselves. The process is self-exploration. The reference point is natural acceptance by the student himself or herself. Human values means what is worth doing for a human being, and then having the capability and the commitment to live by those values, leading to fulfillment, and that is the well-being of all. That is the Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. In Punjab, we say Sarvat Da Bhala. So that is the way forward towards the purpose of the society, towards the equitable and just society. The basic guidelines for this course are that all the issues which are discussed in the classroom by the teacher with the student, these are universal. The whole content is universal. It is applicable to all human beings and to at all times, at all places, whether it is being taught in Asia or Australia, Africa or America or Europe. It has no limitation to any sect, creed, nationality, race or gender. These issues are rational issues. These can be discussed with our students in the classroom, and they are amenable to logical reasoning, not based on do's and don'ts or blind beliefs. These are verifiable. The student is able to verify the values on his or her own right, not to be believed just because it is being stated by the teacher in the course, in the classroom. And all these issues are holistic. They are all encompassing. जिसको सर्वांगीण कहा जा सकता है, covering all aspects of life, not limited to just their career or not limited to just for the jobs themselves. And the final is, the whole content is humane, leading to harmony, values that enable us to live in peace and harmony within our own self, जिसको व्यक्ति कहा जाएगा व्यक्ति के नाते से, as well as with others, as well as with all others, samashti, human being and rest of nature. Not only human beings, but the whole nature, whether it is plant kingdom or human kingdom or materials. Today, this whole nationwide implementation of this value education through universal human values, I am happy to share with you this whole content and process. This team has developed 16 books on it. There is one textbook you all have seen and the teacher manual also. Then 12 different types of FDPs. They include the one-day leader development program for vice chancellors and management development program for managers and principals. That is a 3-day program. Then most of them are 8-day. And then higher level FDPs are also there. 8 different courses are there in the model curriculum of AICTE, which are used by students and institutions for minor degree in universal human values. And UHV cells and nodal centers have been established in different universities and colleges. So it's a well-knit nationwide network of more than 500 faculty volunteers working pro bono. No volunteer is charging any honorarium from any institution to being a resource person for these courses. Detailed implementation program, as we now have about 1 lakh faculty members, those who have been developed through 900 FDPs which have been organized through AICTE efforts. 4,000 institutions in 39 states, and I am happy that we have participants from Tamil Nadu, Bengal, Gujarat, Punjab, all parts of the country, from all states also. And we are touching 7 to 9 lakh students per year, because these courses are being implemented in these 4,000 institutions. Extension efforts include UHV workshops in jails of 5 states. Now in Punjab also, in some of the jails, these workshops are being conducted. And these are being conducted in villages in 2 states, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh started earlier through Rajya Anand Sansthan and School Education Department, and now Rajasthan School Education Department is also using this vision and material of AICTE. UHV Anand Sabha in 2000 government schools in Madhya Pradesh, initiated in model schools in Rajasthan also. We have participants from Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh also. Now, as a last point, your commitment is really appreciable. You have spared your valuable time for this purpose. This vision document shared with you has detailed implementation steps for taking it forward in your institutions. Our regional teams have identified volunteers to assist you in your effort. At whatever level you need a support from AICTE UHV team, whether it is to discuss the agenda in Board of Studies or to take it forward to academic councils and then to have teachers training, that all support for implementation is provided by UHV team. And encouraging impact of this whole effort, I have a quote from Professor Dr. K.V. Leela, Associate Dean, SRM University, Chennai. He said that I used to see students visibly stressed during exams. Some would even go absent. But even the last past 2 years, I quietly noticed something different. Students were calmer and absenteeism has dropped. When I asked, I kept hearing the same answer: UHV, universal human values. Similar thing are the key findings of IRMA impact study, which was conducted from AICTE. AICTE deputed IRMA Gujarat to have the impact study for universal human values. In 2022, they conducted this study. It's a quantitative study and a longitudinal study covering a sample of 27,000 faculty, 11,000 students, more than 5,000 institutions from 34 states and union territories of the country. Number 1 key finding was enhanced academic performance. Number 2, improved mental health and well-being. Number 3, improvement in physical health of the students. 4th is better collaboration and teamwork. And 5th is heightened environmental awareness. So these are the issues which are very much visible when we find the students undergoing in 2 years or 3 years of this course, and then the follow-up activities of weekly meetings, etc. Our regional teams have identified volunteers to assist you in your effort based on your commitment, readiness, and preparation. They will accordingly help you to work out the detailed stepwise program. But the key success factor I am sharing with you, that it starts providing results when head of the institution attends a full UHV program at least once. I can share with you in 2010, I went when I was Vice Chancellor in Punjab Technical University. I went with 24 team members from my university, deans and senior teachers of the university, to IIT Kanpur to have an 8-day Universal Human Values workshop. And there I could see not only the content part of it, but the pedagogy of this whole program, because it is not based on any instructional material, no do's and don'ts, na adesh se, na upadesh se, no punishment, no reward. It is only the self-motivation, जिसको स्व प्रेरणा कहते हैं, उसको जगाने की कोशिश होती है. तो इतनी बात मुझे आपसे शेयर करनी थी.